Testing, testing. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Oh, y'all can hear me now. Okay. I don't know what was going on. I'm glad y'all can hear me now, man. Loud and clear. Yes. Sorry about that. All right. I'm sorry about that. Welcome back. Let me go do it all over again. Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans.
Testing. Now it works because all this time it was just disconnected right here. All this time it was just disconnected up here. My sons were in here playing earlier. So I guess we figured out what the issue was. Wow, that simple. I'm like, what is going on, man? This is terrible. Terrible production already, man. Already a terrible production. Anywho, let's go ahead and dive in. All right, so hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, let your friends and family members know about the channel. All right, a few things I want to let y'all know, okay? We added a whole bunch of members recently. Shout out to Tracy Bailey being the newest member. So I wanted to let y'all know. So here's what's going to happen every Friday night. And if I can't do it on Friday nights, I'll do it on Saturday night. We're going to have a mod and members only conversation. So as you can see in the comment section, there's nothing but mods and members that are commenting right now. Anybody can watch. All subscribers can watch, okay? But on Fridays and if I can't do it Friday, it'll be Saturday. We're going to have members and mods conversation only, okay? You become a member of this channel. I want to have more detailed conversations with you all. Also, we're going to be doing some giveaways every single month to members of the channel. So if you are a member, those prizes and things like that will be announced at the beginning of every month. So the first Friday or Saturday of every month, you'll know what the prizes are. And 1, 2, 3, 4, just depends on the month. Member will be winning something. And I'm gonna make sure it ain't no little bogus little, oh, you want a Dolphins pin. Oh, you want it? No, we're gonna do something nice, man. We're gonna do something worth it. All right. So y'all, I appreciate y'all monthly contribution and dedication to the channel and helping see that we grow and we do bigger and better things every single chance that we get. So once again, to all the members, on Friday and or Saturday, we're gonna open it up for just members and mods All right. Conversation. All right. And it doesn't mean that we're leaving anybody out. They can still hear the content. It's still going to be good content. But again, like I promised in the membership, we'll have more exclusivity. And sometimes, we'll just it is what it is, Um feeling the members thing, TD. I like it too, because it's not a discrimination against anyone. But at the same token, if you're going to literally donate to the channel every month, regardless of what level you are. If you're going to show enough appreciation to donate to the channel every month, I want to make sure that it feels exclusive for you sometimes. I want to make sure that we have some, conversations where we know no trolls will be involved, because if you're paying to be a troll, then hey, you've earned it. But trolls don't typically, pay. Not saying that those who don't pay are trolls, but most trolls that come to the channel, they don't contribute. They come over, they hit they dislike, which is still contribution, but they come over, they hit they dislike, and they just try to hate and go back to their coat, wherever they come from, whatever coat they belong to, they go back over there. So now keep it in mind, some people, I already recognize that some people may be, they may feel some type of way about it or something like that. But I am telling everyone who is not a member, this has nothing to do with you. It's not to make you feel bad or force you into becoming a member. But at the same token, those who donate to the channel on a monthly basis, we have to have some level of exclusivity. So no love lost. If you're not a member, it's all good. I love you. The content will stay the same. Just on Fridays and or Saturday, we'll have a members only session, and they will be eligible for the giveaways. All right. So that's what it's going to be going forward. I kind of like this, man. I really want to get to know our members a little better. So when we do open up the forum, when I do drop the link, I want to see y'all come through, man. I want to see y'all join the stream. All right. All right. But anyway, shout out to Derek, our newest member to the TD FinStalk family. Appreciate you, man. Everybody who got those avatars. And now remember, in your membership, check and see what you got. Do you see like the TD FinStalk emoji and stuff like that pops up? You got a few perks that you can now put in the comment section. I got to put a few more emojis and things that you'll have access to for the membership, so that'll be pretty cool as well. All right. But hey, like I said, those who aren't members, it's not a big deal. I don't want you getting in your feelings, because 5 people already done got any feelings hitting the dislike button, man. It's all good. All right. But anywho, man, tonight, to all our members, man, I wanted to talk about the UDFAs, the undrafted free agents that the Miami Dolphins brought in. And I must tell you, within this group, I got to be honest with y'all. I'm not highly impressed. I got to be quite honest with you. The UDFAs we brought in, I'm not highly impressed, but it's not really their fault. But I will say that I feel like the last 2 years we brought in UDFAs that I was a lot more excited for than the UDFAs that we brought in this year. But that doesn't mean they can't turn out to be great. Let me tell you a huge reason why I'm not excited about the UDFA group that we brought in. Out of 5 guys, now there were 4 UDFAs brought in, but Jabrie Blount is considered a UDFA. Even though he didn't play college football, he was a basketball player. I just include him in that. But out of the 5, only 2 are defensive players. So TD, it doesn't matter if they're defensive or offensive, blah, 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 blah. To me, it does. The Miami Dolphins have proven under this regime that they can take a nobody and make them something if they play in anywhere on the defense or the running back core, and a little bit of proof with wide receivers. But they have been unable to prove that in any other form whatsoever. So when we start talking about O-line, tight ends, and stuff like that, I just, it doesn't excite me, because I haven't seen the work of them taking someone that no one knew about and really making them anything, So that's what kind of gets to me about that. Ian Baller with the donation said Robert Jones, a nice UDFA, and added Mel Blount's son as a tight end. not a member, but it's all love. Fins up. Appreciate that, Ian Baller. That's what I'm talking about, man. But that $5 could have just went to membership. I'm just saying, just in case. I know you're not a member, but I'm just saying, man. But I appreciate you, man. But at the same token, man, I'm gonna show you some love real quick because I've been seeing you around for quite some time now. So we're gonna go ahead and mod you, man. We're gonna go ahead and add you as a moderator. You've been holding it down. I've been seeing you on the channel for quite some time, and you're always adding beautiful insight. So you got the mod anyway, so you'll be present on member nights anyway. All right, so we're good. All right, anywho, but that's how I feel about that. All right. Turn me up, Evan or funny, man. All right, so let's keep it moving, y'all. So let's go through these UDFAs, and I'm not going to be long with them. We'll have a little brief conversation about other stuff, but I'm not going to be long about them because, I'm not that much excited as I was the last 2 years with the UDFAs, So here we go. First and foremost, we brought in Robert Jones, all right, an offensive tackle out of Middle Tennessee. Here's the thing. Robert Jones is a 6'5", 330-pound, that's a big guy. That's a guy that, oh man, that's that build, man. That's beautiful. Now, one of the most impressive things was last year in college football, he allowed 0 sacks. And y'all know how I felt about Liam Eichenberg. Bam, hey, if he could protect the quarterback, I'm all in. Now, here's the thing. I actually love his size, man. I love his size, but whenever you go, do your research, because I didn't know much about any of these guys. I got to be quite honest with you. Not a single one of them that I know anything about outside of Robert Jones. And the only reason I knew something about Robert Jones, it wasn't an extensive bio that I knew about him. I just know that when I made my whole list of players to get drafted and I went all the way through 7 rounds, I had him in the 7th round as like literally one of the last picks that's a potential, and didn't care much about it. But he didn't get drafted. So I do like that aspect. The guy who I felt that could have got drafted based off of profiles for players out of college, he didn't get drafted, and we took advantage of that and we brought him in. One thing that he's noted to do very well is he is a good run blocker. I love that because that's where we're going to have to strengthen this roster is in run blocking and making that, because we already know we building to protect Tua, but we got to be able to give them balance on that O-line. And Robert Jones can do that very well. Now, the thing is, many believe that he's a 2-year project. And at the end of the day, when you don't get drafted, most people who don't get drafted are projects. And one thing that's been noted is in order for him to stay in this league, and again, we don't write these kids' future. They write their future. This guy could come in, ball out so much, and Austin Jackson could get sent to the bench, but not likely. You see what I'm saying? So I don't want to talk negative like a guy can't do something. Nobody knew what Preston Williams can do, Gaskins, all of these guys. You can come in and make a name for yourself in the right circumstance and situation. But a lot of people see him as a 2-year project, and they said for him to stay around in the league, if he transitioned to guard, that might be an excellent look for him. So this is going to be one of those interesting ones. What does Brian Flores want to do? Are they trying to build a player that can literally make the 53 or 55, whatever it's going to be? I don't even know. I still don't know. All right. Are we trying to look for somebody who's going to do that? Or are we looking for a guy to put on a practice squad and see if we can develop him over the next 2 years? And then eventually, let's go. It's your turn to be a good backup and or thrive in an opportunity if you ever get it to start. So not so thrilled about it, but I will tell you this, man. This is the kid out of all of our players that has the most potential, in my opinion. He has the most potential, and given our current offensive line situation, he's going to make his role whatever he makes it. So there's so much indecisiveness and just like, okay, what is this O-line going to be? Unknowns on the O-line where we feel like we got our starting group, but you just don't know. So I say, Robert Jones, you got the biggest opportunity in the world. Come in, ball out, make the most of it. This is your opportunity. I'm rooting for you like I root for everybody. but you got to make it, man. The odds aren't in your favor, but you have odds. You have odds. Okay. So make the most of it, man. And these are the type of guys where if they can blow your mind away and just become special, that's all it's about. That's exactly what it's about. And it's a beautiful thing, y'all. All right, moving on to the second guy. We got Jerome Johnson. All right. Jerome Johnson is a defensive tackle out of Indiana. Now, I really like this one. Not as much as Robert Jones, because Robert Jones is going to be that guy. But Jerome Johnson, that's one of the prime positions where we know that we want to, have as much firepower as possible, because we still haven't found a guy that has proven that he is the true nose, that anchor in the middle that won't be moved. That if anything, he moves. So Jerome Johnson also has an awesome opportunity, but he's 6'3", 304 pounds. Is that enough to get it done? I don't know, but here's the thing about Jerome Johnson too. Big upper body, just massive, and I love it. But a small frame down below. Small frame down below. In 2020, it had 18 tackles for a loss and 4 sacks, which is beautiful. And also one thing that he needs work on is his technique needs work. All right. But the beautiful thing about Jerome Johnson is the fact that he has a good burst. The quarterback want to decide which way he want to go. He gets there, man. Shout out to Ashton Tyler with the donation. Appreciate you, homie. And he's a high energy guy. That motor keeps moving. And I'm telling you, Flores and those guys, they gonna fall in love with that. That motor moves, they will fall in love with that. That's what it's about. You keep that motor moving, you showing that energy, them hustle plays. That's what it's about. Go get it. You can carve yourself out a role on this team. I have him with the second best opportunity to make this roster, because again, we're still looking for the true nose tackle. Shout out to EM in the comment section. He said he's light for a true 0 technique. I think he's more natural 3 technique. That's my point. We got too many. We already got that down. And that's the issue. If Miami Dolphins are looking for 0, but here we are with the 3s, so that's the caveat, but hey, one thing I do know about NFL players, I'll never forget, there was a right tackle that went to my high school, Davin Joseph, and I remember he got drafted out of college to Florida State University. He got drafted out of college from Florida State, and he got drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. First round pick, early, if I'm not mistaken, top 10 pick or whatever. Davin Joseph. And one thing I remember him in high school. He was always a big guy. But man, after his rookie year, I never forget at homecoming in high school, seeing him walk across. And I'm like, man, you talking about the NFL sure knows how to turn a 300-pound player with, some weight on him into a 320-pound player with straight up muscle. Like literally, I remember this guy. He was a big guy. He wasn't fat. He was muscular, but you could see the weight on him too. But as soon as that first season of the NFL was over and I saw him, you talk about just bricks walking. Bricks. Gained 20 pounds, but it ain't, oh my God, body fat. Oh my God, it didn't exist. So who knows? You get on that NFL regimen, you put on some more weight, and they turn that into bricks. You never know, but it takes a lot of work. That takes a lot of work, ladies and gentlemen. But we'll see. We'll see. He has an opportunity to carve out a spot on his roster. He makes it what he makes it. That's what it comes down to. All right. Now, number 3. All right. Carl Tucker. 6'2", 248 pounds, tight end / fullback out of Alabama. More that Alabama love. Now, this was a 6-year college student, okay? He was in college 6 years, redshirted a few, played a few, ended up in Alabama, But as a tight end fullback, he's only had 36 receptions, 549 yards, 4 touchdowns, 15.3 yards per catch in his whole career. Whole career. Okay. Now, people double that in a season, but that's his whole career. So when I look at this move and he's a tight end fullback, I look at Miami bringing in an athlete, a special teams guy who might can get some reps at fullback in situational downs. Nothing for us to say, hey, he's about to come in and compete with Mike Gesicki or any of those guys. And again, I can't write their future for him. Maybe he can, but I don't see it. But if it happens, but this is a guy, you come in camp, you bust your behind, you give all the energy, you become one of the best special teams player, you get some good fullback reps, and then you get in that special teams package with Jason Sanders where you out there on kick your field goals where you're faking the field goal and catching it, or you're faking the punt and going out for a route. That's what you got to carve out, in my opinion. But come in and do it the best of your ability, because I just don't see it, ladies and gentlemen, where anything different. But he could, because one thing that I'm not talking about is the fact that, who knows, man? I don't know. What if we all look up and Mike Gesicki's traded in training camp? Who knows? I'm not saying it's going to happen, so get out your feelings. All right? But I'm just saying that's where we are, because it made it interesting. I'm going to talk about Jabrie Blount last. He's a tight end as well. Something to think about. They doubled up on that position. All right. Anyway, let's move on. Jaylen Askew, cornerback out of Georgia Tech. Another cornerback. It's funny. We go offensive tackle. That makes sense because of all we still trying to figure out the O-line to perfection in the right depth. I get it. You go Jerome Johnson. You need a defensive tackle. You're trying to see if you could turn somebody into that guy up the middle. I get it. Or start developing somebody, for the future. I get it. It makes sense. Carl Tucker, tight end fullback. Okay, I guess that don't make much sense, but hey, you bring every player you can in to compete, get a look at them, see what you can do. Might be gone in a few weeks. Who knows? But Jaylen Askew, a cornerback. First of all, how many quarterbacks we going to get? Number 2, coming out of Georgia Tech, 5'11", 180 pounds. In 2020, he had 1 tackle for a loss, 0 interceptions, 0 pass breakups. Listen, this ain't nothing but an athlete, a special teams player, and a project. But you can make it whatever you want to make it. He can come in and say, you thought I was that? This is what I am now. But hey, when I do my research and I look at the bill, that's all I get out of it. That's all I get out of it. 5'11", 180, 1 tackle for a loss last year, no interceptions, no pass breakups. Okay. And they probably will work about in the slot. Let him get some reps in the slot. But who he going to be guarding in the slot? Albert Wilson, Jalen Waddle. Oh, rough times. Ooh, just unfair. Just unfair. It's just unfair. So, man, I wish him the best. All right. I'm going to leave it like that. All right. Now, last but not least, Jabrie Blount. Basketball standout tight end out of North Carolina Central. Now, this is the most interesting one to me. 6'7". Let me say that again. 6'7". 6'7". 6 foot, 7 foot, 6 foot. 6'7". All right. Former basketball player, averaged 19.1 points a game, 9.3 rebounds a game, 2.2 steals per game for the team that won the MEAC championship. Now, I want to say this. He's a basketball player, but I want to mention to y'all the notable basketball players that turned into tight ends. Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, and Jimmy Graham. That's some good company. All basketball players turn into tight end eventually. Tony Gonzalez, Antonio Gates, and Jimmy Graham. Also the son of Pro Football Hall of Fame cornerback Mel Blount. Mike Gesicki was a baller too. Thanks, Pete. I appreciate it. Great company, right? I think they have a prototype what they're looking for and hoping. But here's the deal. For us to be bringing in Carl Tucker, then Jabrie Blount, a former basketball player, it starts to feel like Miami's almost desperate. It's like not desperate, like desperate, but y'all follow me on this. It's like, man, if we could find a replacement for Gesicki, we could move on from him. Like they really feel, hey, we got our tight end of the future that can do everything. Now we need a guy that we can bring in to be just as good as Gesicki, just catching the ball, catching 50-50 balls, jumping over everybody, using their wingspan and catching balls. We love for him to block, and maybe we can get him to do that, but he can't be that much any worse than Gesicki would be blocking. If we can get an athlete in here to catch balls and run decent route. See, people get mad at me. I love Mike Gesicki because of his athleticism. But when I got to sit back and put on my honest hat, Mike Gesicki ain't nothing but an athlete, y'all, who catching balls. You can't sit here and tell me what else he does well in the game of football that a tight end's supposed to do. You can't. And I hate saying that because it sounds so negative, but it's just the truth. It's just the truth. And I appreciate him for his strength because we need him to catch balls and make beautiful plays, one-handed, all of that. And I love it. I want to continue to get that production. But tell me what else he does well that a tight end is supposed to do, ladies and gentlemen. Please. For all those people who get mad at me and want to argue and yell at me, oh, you hating on Gesicki. I'm just asking you to tell me what else he does at a good level. Doesn't run great routes. Doesn't block well. Come on, man. But we'll take his services and what he does provide. I love it. But the Jabrie Blount move is we're going to bring in an athlete just like him. He can't be that much worse running routes. Let's see if he can get in that secondary and make some of these miraculous catches and stuff. I don't see why he probably can't. What y'all have to understand is athletes are athletes. And here's what some of y'all need to realize. There are a lot of people that can do what Mike Gesicki can do. And that's why they brought in Jabrie Blount. Because they believe maybe he can come out here and show us some same flashes. Because Mike Gesicki ain't proven to be this all-world blocker over him. And this kid never blocked a day in his life. See, this is the type of guy they want to put out there with their new tight end and play action and see if he can go get it. See if he can go get the ball, man. So I'm just saying, I just really do feel like, isn't this Gesicki third year? Cut him a break, please. No, it's going to be his fourth, Cloud Life. He just completed his third. So don't cut him a break. If this was going to be his third, okay. But this is going to be his fourth. See, your third year is where you were supposed to show. Your third year is where you were supposed to show what you're about to be so that the team can go ahead and take care of you this summer. That's what you said. That's what your third year is supposed to be. But when you in year 4, That's when you're supposed to have already shown that you're entering into your prime. But come on, y'all. We can't just talk. No. Let me back up for a second. No. I don't care nothing about no third year and this and that. Bro, do y'all think Gesicki all of a sudden gonna get that much better as a blocker? 3 years of data in the books. You think he finna get that much better as a blocker? 3 years of data in the books. You think he gonna get that much better as a route runner? Please tell me. Now watch this. Somebody said every year he gets better, TD. Watch this. First year, he's a rookie. We know he gonna start at the bottom, right? Let's see if he really got better. Second year, straight the first half of the season, everybody was a bum until Ryan Fitzpatrick start just throwing them all the 50-50s. You call him just catching what he could have been catching all year, getting better? All he was doing was catching 50-50s. He didn't improve in blocking. He didn't improve in route running. He just caught more 50-50 balls because we had to, because he had nobody else to throw to. In year number 3, lo and behold, his numbers went up again, TD, because once again, half of the receiving core was hurt, and you got to target Gesicki. You think that we really seen player developmental? Like, you think we really saw Gesicki get better? I feel like Gesicki is the same impactful guy he was his rookie year, just with more opportunities. Gesicki showed us this his rookie year. Oh, look at this. Oh, he got them flashes. Boy, he know how to get that ball. He showed us that his rookie year. Ain't nothing changed but the targets, ladies and gentlemen. And that wasn't just simply because, oh, he deserves to get targeted more, because had Preston, had Parker and all them been healthy the whole season, he would have been just right where he was the year before. Year 3, he got bigger and made amazing catches and improved his blocking a bit. He improved his blocking, but he out there on every pass play and only out there 1 out of every 5 run plays. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Please leave me alone. He improved his blocking, but he only on the field 1 out of every 5 run plays. But he improved his blocking. That's what you say here telling me. He improved his blocking, but he only on the field 1 out of every 5 run plays. Leave me alone now. Stop with these trying to justify. But I know you like them. I like them. I know you like them. But let's be honest here. Let's be honest. Don't try to, put a little frosting with sprinkles on it to make the cake look better. It's the same cake. But it ain't a popular take. I get it. But if you dig deep down inside, you'll see it's the truth. I ain't never had nothing against Mike Gesicki. I ain't got no problem with Mike Gesicki. I love what he brings to the table. I just wish he brought a little more. I'm calling it how it is. Scott Jackson said Gesicki isn't interested in blocking, period. Exactly. But we got to start being honest. Clemente said, I don't understand how any player doesn't work on their weakness instead of being like, nah, I'm good where I'm at. I wouldn't even say that, because man, Flores, come on. Every player, I'm confident that they're working on their weaknesses, but we act like there ain't a such thing as you either got it or you don't. That's why I'm saying, I know it's been 3 years, but that's the point. This coaching staff ain't full of idiots. They know they've been coaching him on what he needs to do to be better. They know that. And he's trying. And I'm not knocking him for that. But you either have it or you don't. And I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. And once they realize, he really don't have it. We love him as an athlete, but he really don't have it. He really doesn't have it. Why do you think they use him as a wide receiver? That's what some of y'all got to realize. Hold on. Let me look at it. Let me look at the official stats for Mike Gesicki. Let me look at my research, the official stats for Mike Gesicki. Hold on. Let me hold on. What were the inline stats? I didn't get the inline stats down. Oh, here it is. See, inline. This is, and you know what? I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all got to forgive me. I lied. I didn't do it intentionally. I said something that wasn't true. But my correction is going to make Mike Gesicki look even better. I mean, even worse. Excuse me. It's going to make him look even worse. I said that he was on the field for 19.6% of all run plays, 1 out of 5. That's not true. He was actually on the line of scrimmage 1 out of every 5 plays. And every single time was not a run. That's even worse. They put him on the line of scrimmage 1 out of every 5 times he was on the field. Even worse. They don't even want him on the line. And that 1 out of every 5 times on the line of scrimmage is probably still a pass to him. You think 42% of the plays Adam Shaheen was out there just for not Adam Shaheen, excuse me. Durham Smith was out there just to play around? No, Durham Smith was on the field for running plays. We ran the ball 42% of the time, and Durham Smith played 42% of the snaps. Check how many bench presses Hunter Long did, and then check Gesicki. Hunter Long did 33. Put it in the comment section. How many did Gesicki do? I don't remember. I don't remember. Once again, TD, Gesicki is not a Flores guy. You better know it. That's why y'all better not be falling in love. He might have this year. I think he might be okay this year, but if you see that snip, I told you. If you see that trade, I told you, because a lot of teams would like him. But why don't Miami just make life easier and say, Mike Gesicki, you're a wide receiver? Why not? Why not? Why won't we just end it all and we don't even have to talk about this and say Mike Gesicki is a wide receiver? He is a wide receiver. He is a wide receiver. See, if we go ahead and label him as a wide receiver, oh, I'm good now. I'm good. Omar Castro, you own to something. You're on to something. Oh, Gesicki did 22 reps? Okay. Somebody said 12. I don't know. But Omar, you on to something. That man ain't maxed out at no 12. Man, I'm going to go with the 22. Talk about 12. I'll be like, what? Gesicki is a good player. Yeah, he is. He's a good player. He's a good player, not a good tight end. There it is. That's the fair way to put it. Gesicki is a good player, y'all. No. Let's give him more credit. Gesicki is a really good player. He's just not a good tight end. He is a really good player. He just ain't a good tight end. Just not a good tight end. Facts. So, Jabrie Blount, your role is what you make it, because you will have a legitimate opportunity. You will have a legitimate opportunity to make this roster. And I'm telling y'all, he go out there catching balls like Mike Gesicki. Because think about it, that's all it is. Get in the open space and make the catch. That's what Gesicki is. Get in the open space, make the catch, and if it's thrown your way and you guard it, can you high point it 50-50? The man's 6'7". Rebounding machine. Flores know what he doing. Greer know what he doing. They said I go get a rebound machine. Put him out there with the 50-50s and get him in open field. Can he catch the ball? That's all gonna matter. Do we got the only thing gonna matter with Jabrie Blount is do we got butterfingers or does he have gorilla glue fingers? If they see gorilla glue fingers, by Gesicki out of there. I'm telling y'all now. I'm telling you now. If they see gorilla glue fingers from Jabrie Blount, Gesicki out of there. It's too easy to move on for them now, unless they want to say Mike Gesicki is a wide receiver on the depth chart. Are you a Flores guy? Slowly but surely, every season for the last two, all the non-Flores guys have been on an exodus except the best ones, and they will slowly be phased out because you keep the best ones to keep your team afloat, keep the fan base energized until you find a replacement to ease them out. It's that simple. That's what you do. Gesicki is a red zone threat. Yeah. As a receiver. I mean, y'all see him out there out wide right, wide left. He's a receiver. This man is not a tight end, man. I'm willing to just say that now, man. And we'll just be honest. He ain't no tight end, man. He a receiver that can be put in line one out of every 5 times, he on the field. I'm tired of playing around, man. We got to cut to the chase. He a receiver, okay? Now, we talk about receiver. Now he's second on the depth chart behind any one of the guys. He's Parker back up. He's Waddle's back up. He's Fuller's back up. There you have it. Great backup, though. Great backup. Shout out to Roberto with the donation. Not the donation, the membership, excuse me. Welcome to the channel membership, homie. Everybody who joined tonight, welcome to the channel membership. I appreciate the love and support. I can't wait for these giveaways, man. It's going to be exciting. His strided are so long, it hurts his quickness. Yeah, he's a little linky, man. He do got that long stride to where he's never going to get low enough to get in his breath. Like, you see him trying to get low. Like, y'all ever see Gesicki run a route on like a comeback or man, you can see the effort of trying to get low to run a nice clean route, but it ain't natural. And the deep defender sees it all day, but luckily he can turn around and get that frame sometimes and make the play. 50-50. But he trying, and I love that about Gesicki. He is trying. It ain't like somebody said earlier, Gesicki ain't interested in blocking, period. He interested. He just know that it may not be the most, like, think about them defensive ends coming around the edge and say that the line is shifted and Gesicki know that he about to go against one of these edges. Come on, he lose every time. Think about it. One of these legit edges in the league, he probably like, I'm supposed to seal this backside because they never run his way. Let's get that straight too. They ain't running his way. When Gesicki is in line, they're literally in a 12 personnel, 13 personnel, or 22 personnel. Anytime he's in line, that's the set that they're in. You got 2 tight ends or 3 tight ends. And they typically run opposite, or if he's doubled up with somebody on one side, they'll run that way. The 6'7" guy will have a hard time getting low too. I agree, Chaos, but once again, the 6'7" guy has a potential to be just like Mike Gesicki, and he's 6'7", so potentially even better. So you want a guy making $1 million, less than $1 million a year, or you want to re-up on Mike Gesicki's $8, $9, $10 million that he might be due every year and signed on a 4 or 5 year deal? You see the difference there? So, yeah, this guy might have the same issues as Gesicki. Yeah, but he's going to be cheaper. If I can get the same thing, an athlete catching phenomenal balls that can't run routes and can't block, why not get him for less than $1 million instead of paying 7, 8, 9? TD, you're crazy. Gesicki, he said Gesicki. Gesicki was our most productive player on the offense last season. I'm going to stop reading right there. I can't even read no more. See, remember what we used to, y'all remember the word on this channel that we always use? Y'all remember the famous word, please? We got too many mods and members right now not to know the famous word that we always use on this channel. Please put the word in the comment section for Roberto because he's not using any of it. He's not factoring in any of them. What is that famous word? Please put it in the comment section. The one thing you gotta you gotta use. You gotta pay attention to. Somebody give me one person that get the word right. And I know it's take y'all a while because it's a long word. Come on, man. It ain't time will tell. He said Mike Gesicki was the most productive player on offense last year. TD, you're crazy. It's attributables. Ladies and gentlemen, TD can be on the field and I can get one catch every year. But if everybody get hurt around me, you better know my catch is about to go up. Mike Gesicki's productivity wasn't because, he just got better. No, he got more targets. Everybody got hurt. All of our receivers was out. He was the only one out there. He was the only target to throw to on a 50-50. Who you think gonna get the targets? You think they gonna make the Lynn Bowden the number one and all of them other guys? The attributables. There's factors that made him the most productive receiver last year. You mean to tell me he would have had that same production had Preston Williams never got hurt and Parker never got hurt and all them guys? No, come on, man. Attributables. Welcome to the channel membership, Cody P. And also welcome to the channel membership, Landon Steinstein, please forgive me. I don't mean to pronounce it wrong. I'm just terrible with names. All right. But welcome to the membership, man. So everybody knows this is membership night on Fridays or Saturdays nights, depending on the schedule. We'll have membership night. We'll be streaming and the chat will be just members. Everybody will be able to watch, even non-members. All right. Even non-members. I said, TD, I'm a high school dropout. I can't spell that. Hey, but you telling me you knew what I was talking about. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters. TD, when you running for mayor? Not mayor. I don't see myself running for mayor, especially if I didn't, find where I want to have my home yet. That's what I'm trying to figure out first. Then I'll know where I'm located. Then I'll maybe may run for something in the future. But I'm trying to get in the White House, man. I done already told y'all, man. I'm trying to get in the White House. Give me about 20 years. I got you. You gonna see. EM said he still made the plays, TD. Oh, I know he still made the plays. He made the plays. Now, if you can find a guy who can catch like him and make the plays that'll cost $7 million less, that's all I'm saying. If any of these guys can't do that, then, you need to continue down the road with Gesicki. See, we always talk about we should be trying to get better at every position. But we'll fall in love with a guy like Mike Gesicki, who is the perfect person to fall in love with because he's made most of the spectacular plays over anybody on the team. He's done the whoa, he's given us that factor. He's a fan favorite, but we won't look at his flaws and say, is there a player we can upgrade right now? Is there a way we can upgrade the position? And if not upgrade, is there a way we could bring in a cheaper version of this? See, we don't want to have that conversation. We just want to blow past it and be like, he was our most productive receiver last year. Yeah, I know. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is Adam Shaheen wasn't very productive last year. He played a good game in the role that he's in. He didn't have big numbers. But if Gesicki got hurt, guess who would have had his best season? Adam Shaheen. He would have got more targets. That's how it works. If Mike Gesicki would have got hurt then Adam Shaheen would have had his best year. And it wouldn't have been a Gesicki type year, but he would have had his best year. That's all I'm saying. Miami native. I'm going to say that. I want to say what you just commented loud and proud. Everyone definitely loves Gesicki, just like they loved Bobby McCain. Smither Waddle. Oh, man. His abilities, his weaknesses, what he can do and what he can't do. 3 tight ends is the whole NFL had more yards than Gesicki last year. Parker played 14 games and was the number 1 option, and no number 2. And no number 2. You see how those numbers are skewed? No number 2. Parker played 14 games, but we had no number 2 receiver. So who you think got all those passes? Mike Gesicki. Mike Gesicki was the number two receiver on this team. Parker then Gesicki. But those 3 tight ends who had more yards, go look at the core around them. It's very similar. They're either the number 1 or number 2 target on their team. But all the other tight ends behind them, they got a number 1 and a number 2 receiver in front of them. You can't get around these facts I'm shooting. You could throw out you could throw out these true lies and false facts all you want. 3 tight ends in the whole NFL had more yards than Gesicki because they were either the number 1 or number 2 targeted receiver on their team. And then you had Gesicki, who ended up being the number 2 and number 1 in some games, but ended up being the number 2. And then everybody behind Gesicki probably had a number 1 and a number 2 receiver in front of them getting targets. So call it how it is. Attributables. Context, ladies and gentlemen. And like I said, if Gesicki got hurt, Adam Shaheen's production would have went up. It's just that's how it works. Do you agree with all the decisions Chris Grier has made this offseason, TD? Let me see if I can find one I don't agree with. That'll make this easier because there's tons that I agree with and I love. So let me think in my mind. Anything I don't agree with, y'all may not believe this. And it's not that I don't agree with it, but I actually wanted Bobby one more year. I wanted to see Bobby one more year. The only reason they let go of Bobby, it was strictly money. He got better at the position. He was serviceable, actually became a very serviceable player, did his job. Did it well, honestly. Was he all pro? Is it natural for his position? No, but he did his job. There's things that he doesn't do very well. He don't lay that hat on tight ends and different things like that. But he became a better player at that position and he filled in. I would have liked for us to have seen him one more because I feel like we're kind of blindly relying on the future because we got to put that future in that role and hope that he plays well year one. Because what if our future at the position starts, but he has growing pains? I remember Minka, his rookie year, how bad he looked back there, how terrible he looked back there. And it wasn't because he was a terrible player. Minka looked as bad as Noah did last year. Somebody talk to me. Tell me I'm lying. Somebody talk to me. Minka looked just as bad as Noah did his rookie season with Miami. Am I wrong? Help me out, ladies and gentlemen. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? In this defense, that is. So therefore, man, I would have liked for us to have had one more year because these young guys can go through learning pains. Doesn't mean they're bums. Don't mean they won't be great in the future. But it's their first year, just like Tua. It was his first year. We hoping they take that next step. And, I just think that we built the roster so well that we're actually hoping that certain guys come in and, you know, they're it right away. I hope so. Somebody said you are wrong. Okay, maybe I am. I just remember Minkah Fitzpatrick getting burnt all over the field to the point to where, was it his mama or somebody literally in social media? Like, my son's playing out of position and this and that. He got in his feelings. It was like 3 weeks in a row. He was getting burnt left and right all over the field, touchdowns over him and everything. Am I wrong? Am I really wrong? They were literally targeting him. He was like, oh man, like he was in a trailing position every play. We knew that wasn't what he was going to be long term, but it was a young struggle to start out with. Minkah was dynamic his first year. Are you kidding me? With Miami? The one thing Minkah was dynamic was in the run game and the short passing situations. When they put him back there at safety, miss me with that. Cloud, come on, Cloud Life. Are you kidding me? I was impressed with his in the box when he came downhill in the run game, in the quick passes. He got down that fast, made a physical play. All that underneath stuff, money in the bank. I get it. Okay, I give you that. But when he went to safety, I mean, when he was back there covering, man, you better stop that crazy talk. You better stop. You better acknowledge that this man looked like a bum back there. That's the truth. That's the truth. Look real bad in the secondary. Now, when you talk about when he went to Pittsburgh, different story, right? I'm talking about why he was in Miami in a Dolphins uniform. These are facts. I don't know what game. I don't know what games you talk about. And maybe you're just talking about his run defense in the short yard and stuff. I give you that. I loved what I saw. I saw it. Bam. That's why if he was in the nickel, he gonna eat all day. But don't play. Talk about at that safety, free safety. Oh boy. Oh, it was free, all right. He was a free safety, all right. Everything back there was free. Everything was free. Everything was free. Everybody was catching on this man. Toasting him, man. Man. TD, you still got your Minkah jersey? That's what I'm talking about, man. Minkah was my guy. And this ain't Ryan. He was my guy when he got drafted. Ooh, Minkah, ooh. I'm not ragging on this man. I was making every excuse for him. See, that's back when I was still making excuses and I was still buying rookie jerseys. That's when I was making excuses and buying rookie jerseys. So please don't think I'm hating on Minkah. Well, I was talking Minkah up to the heavens. Minkah about to be that guy. He about to be legit, and he showed flashes of being legit in the box. But out there at free safety, I would try to keep my mouth shut. I was trying to keep my mouth shut. I was just trying to keep my mouth shut. That's simple, man. Oh, man. Oh, the EM29? Yeah, that's the EM29, man. Left us Pittsburgh. Oh, man. Then we get a first for Minkah Fitzpatrick, but he was getting burnt all year. Yeah, we got a first because Pittsburgh was going to use him the way that he wanted to be used, in the sets that he wanted to be in. We had him floating and playing all over the place, and when he went back there, he was getting toasted. See, Cloud Life, at the end of the day, I don't care that we got a first. I don't care that he was a good person. All I'm saying is ain't nobody can sit here and deny that in the secondary, but covering in the open field, he wouldn't get toasted in Miami. This man, like literally, it make me want to say he made 0 plays. That's how bad it was. Yes. He was getting toasted. And he say he wanted out. And Pittsburgh wanted him from the draft. Pittsburgh wanted him in the draft, and they came and got him. Miami got the deal done. That don't mean he was going to keep getting burnt and he was going to be trash. We knew what he was going to transform to be. But the role they was asking him to play, oh no, everything was free out there. He was a true free safety because it was all free. Pass, goal, collect $1 million. He made 0 plays. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Man, listen, man, Cloud, we ain't got to go back and forth about the details. Of course, I'm sure he made a play or two. But there were a lot of plays that weren't made. There were a lot of touchdowns thrown over in his coverage. There was a lot, and honestly, there was a lot of pouting from him on the field. Like he'll be getting burnt, they catch it, he's 7 yards behind them, they run a touchdown, he flopping his hands like, oh, there was a lot of that. Trust me. He was my guy. I noticed it. He was my guy. He couldn't do no wrong, and I noticed this stuff. Minka made plays. Yeah, in the box. TD, do you think we made any downgrades with our offense this offseason? Not a single downgrade. We upgraded in every way that you can upgrade on offense. We upgraded in every way you could. No downgrades on offense. I mean, who did we lose? We ain't lose nobody worth losing on the offense. Well, maybe, okay, I get it. It depends who you like better, Ryan Fitzpatrick or Jacoby Brissett. Maybe that'll answer your question. Whoever you like better will answer whether we upgraded or downgraded at any on the offense. So that's the only thing. Thanks. Tua is an upgrade. How can he be an upgrade when he was already on the roster? Fitz and Tua. You still got Tua. So how can we have upgraded on offense? That don't make any sense. That don't make sense. Not center. Yeah, we upgraded at center. We definitely upgraded at center. Okay. I don't know what y'all think. See, here's the deal. Matt Skura is a good player. The problem is he may not be in his prime, but what y'all got to understand is some guys' prime is so good that when they lose a step, they still better than what most of these teams had. See, that's what people do. He'll make a bad play here or there, and they think, oh, this bum. No, we talk about a guy who's going to be solid, bring veteran leadership, and also not make the little small mistakes that rookies do and can identify the stunts and things like that. But since he ain't this all pro and, he didn't stay at his, top flight level, all of a sudden we got a bum. No, that ain't how it works, y'all. It's not how it works. It's just not how it works. Same thing with McCourty. Is he what he used to be? No, but exact type of player. Still going to come in, make some plays, give you some quality play. He can recognize things, been doing this so long. That's value. That's value. Somebody said the fact that Smith said Tua was a figure it out on the field kind of guy and not a film watcher like Mac is the only thing that scares me about Tua. I'm going to leave that alone. I am going to leave that alone. But it was red. I know Kara's dad, so I'm Kara's fan. Hey, let's go. Whoever wins the position. All right. What's your thoughts on Jaylen Phillips being listed as a linebacker? Do you think he may be able to cover tight ends? That's what he is in the 3-4, the weak side. The wheel. That's what he is. Remember, we run a 3-4, y'all. You got to remember we run a 3-4. And he's the same position that Shaq Lawson was in. That's the position. It's literally defensive end / linebacker. That's what the position is. He's not going to always be on the line of scrimmage, hands in the dirt. He's gonna be standing up in a lot of cases when we run those sets. So don't get mixed up with it. He's still gonna be coming after the passer. But when we run stunts and stuff like that, he may be backing out. But he's going to be coming, trust me. Because you got to recognize how we run our defense anyway. We could be in a 3-4, but you're going to see about 5 or 6 guys on the line of scrimmage, so you don't know who's backing out in the coverage. That's why we love that versatility. You don't know if Ogbar going to back out. You don't know if Phillips going to back out. Baker might be the one backing out. All of these guys, Van Ginkel, Zayda, all of them, you don't know which one's going to back out, and that's the beauty. Where is the pressure coming from? O-line has no clue. They got to snap that ball and hope, okay, they already behind. And this is the same thing that they ran at Miami, in the University of Miami. It was a 3-4. He's that outside guy that's on the edge. He's going to line up on the line a lot, but sometimes, see, what it is, he may not back in the coverage all the time, but he may sit out there with a tight end and contain. Like tight end's blocking me, but I'm not making contact with them. I'm watching. And when I got an opportunity, I either go or I stick right there with the tight end and making sure nothing comes in on the outside, because typically the tight end's trying to seal me from setting off the edge. So, his position is a headsy position. He has to know when to actually go full force in there or when to make sure he sets the edge while he's rushing the quarterback. So it's, put it like this, it's the right position. He's literally defensive end / linebacker. That's what that role is in the 3-4. And he's the perfect guy for it. Perfect guy for it. I mean, y'all don't understand. First of all, he shouldn't have been there. He shouldn't have been there where he was. And there were teams that wanted to come up and get him, but didn't have enough to do it. Because let me tell you what saved us. All that drama with the NFC East, with the Cowboys, Giants, and all of them moving trades right ahead of us, that's why teams weren't able to go up enough. Because the Raiders and all them other teams that were right in front of us, they knew who they wanted. They felt like they were going to get them. They wouldn't trade him. Everybody was trying to trade with those other guys, but they were all in the battle for the defensive players and Micah Parsons and Patrick Surtain. That's why they kept moving, and the receiver Smith. That's why all those they kept on trying to jostle positions, so nobody could move up to get him. That's why Greer said, I was shocked he was still there. Yeah, they had somebody selected at 18, but when Phillips fell there, scratch him. Phillips time. I mean, put it like they had Phillips, but they didn't think he'd be there. They already knew who they would have took if he wasn't there. Somebody said Jaylen Phillips is the least of our issues, honestly. He should feast with the way we run man coverage. You ain't never lied. He's going to feed. And let me tell you the most beautiful thing I like about Jaylen Phillips, the most underrated part that people need to pay attention to, because it's what teams get killed with in the NFL. It's the improving quarterbacks, the quarterbacks that get out of the pocket and extend the play. He ain't having none of that. Jaylen Phillips is probably going to be faster than most of your quarterbacks, except the little speedy ones. Nobody really are. They move real quick. But Josh Allen, you ain't outrunning him to the sideline. You ain't making it to the sideline. You know how Josh Allen like to use that whole field to get over to that sideline and throw it at the last minute right before he going out of bounds to get a first down. He ain't making it to the sideline. Not on Jaylen Phillips' side. He ain't even making it to the sideline. And that's the beautiful part. He ain't letting these quarterbacks get in and get off on him like that. It's not happening. And that's what I love, man. He a true talent, y'all. I'm telling you, you're gonna love him. You're gonna love him, all right? CB83, he had his best in the open field. Sit him outside and send him on blitzes and have him contain outside. Get him out that box. Exactly, man. Phillips Pro Day was amazing. Amazing bend, speed, and twitch. Listen, Miami know what they got. That's why everybody say it's like the Dolphins got 4 first rounders. Javon Holland, people still rag on him, but only because they never even knew who he was. That kid was a first round talent that to me slid. Liam Eichenberg could have been, somebody could have took a whiff on him in the first round, but we were able to get him. And you got Waddle and Phillips, though all of these guys are first round pedigree. First round pedigree, man. But anywho, man, those are our UDFAs. That's what we got. All right. I just think that on this defense, our linebackers are about to eat like no other this year. Bernardrick McKinney is about to make life 10 times. Look, Bernardrick McKinney and Phillips are about to make life 10 times easier for Jerome Baker. This is Jerome Baker's breakout year. This is the year where you see Jerome Baker actually putting up some numbers that's turning everybody head. Get like Jerome Baker sacks and tackles, all of that should go up because them other guys, they about to be taking care of them edges and in the outsides lanes. Those outer gaps. Jerome, it's on him. It's on him. But anywho, man, I appreciate y'all coming through. Let me see here. And again, like going forward, I just want to explain this one more time. On members night and mod night, going forward, I'm typically going to open up the lines and let us, y'all come on, have conversations with each other, talk about the game, talk about the team and things like that. So be ready for that. Another thing, email me at TDPHINSTALK if you have any suggestions, anything that you'd like to see happen. But make sure that when you become a member, you check out your perks, okay? Because some people, when the different levels have different things. One level is, you give me the subject and I'll make a video on it. Another level is you can join the stream on the members' nights and stuff like that. All the levels except the first one gets, every time I release some exclusive music and different things like that. But there's different perks and stuff, so make sure you check it out. Know what you're getting, so that you can enjoy it. And at the beginning of every month, I will be sending the discount codes as well for all members for the merch store. If you ever want to check out some merch, trying to work on some actual new merch, some better merch and different things like that y'all gonna really love. So I'm getting pricing the different things on that, trying to make it as affordable as possible. Basically that way everybody wins. All right. But anywho, thank y'all for coming out tonight. I appreciate y'all tuning in. And like I said, members night, it may be a lower audience until our membership like grows. But that's typically what happens because, there are some people that are like, man, I can't comment. So it is what it is. You also going to lose some people like this, but it's fine because these are productive conversations. We didn't have one single troll, did we? We legitimately had good disagreements that we could talk about. And then when we open up the lines, it'll be even more productive when you come on. All right, because I feel like it's one-sided. I'm just taking your disagreement and then I'm slamming on it without giving you a real rebuttal. So when we open it up, you'll be able to give a real rebuttal. I don't want it to be one way. All right. Appreciate you, Cloud Life, with another great show, bro. 100 to you, homie. But like I said, Cloud, Gesicki, Minka, tell you. First game against Patriots and the game versus the Chiefs will show you. I hope so. We really go, man, I can't wait to this season. This is the most anticipated, most exciting. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, too. I don't want to be the negative Nancy, but there's a lot of things that can go wrong, and not in wrong as in somebody get hurt or something. Like somebody doesn't, show up like we had hoped they would. That's possible. It could be an offensive lineman. It could be a safety. It could be a quarterback. Yeah, I'm just saying. And that's what it just makes you nervous. It makes you nervous because I think this team is so good. And I don't want that one thing where, oh my gosh, we're so good, but we suck. I don't want that to happen. I just don't want it to happen, man. I never read this donation by Ian Baller said, I like Gesicki, but preparing for his departure after this year, adding a balanced tight end and Hunter Long, extended Shaheen, and added a couple project tight ends. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel like the writing's on the wall. And Miami's the type of team where they would restructure, they would give him a new contract anyway, and still, the way that is designed, still be able to move on. So we'll see. This offseason is also going to continue to give us answers. TD going to be asking the Dolphins to franchise Gesicki by the end of this season. That's what I'm saying. I hope so. No, I don't even want no franchise. I'll just give him a deal. Give him his deal. If he out here balling out, running routes, and doing all the see, here's the thing. If he does it this year, okay. Because look at what we got. We got Waddle, we got Parker, we got Fuller. Let's see if them numbers go up. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if those numbers go up. Well, of course they're not going to go up, TD, because we got all these weapons. Then why won't you apply that for the reason why they went up last year? It's exactly why they went up last year, because everybody was gone. Outside of Parker for outside of 2 games with Parker. So we'll see. I like guys who put us in the best position to win football games. Yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. But if you find another guy that puts you in that same position, then you got to go ahead and get cheaper and with the same production. And I'm telling you, guys like Jabrie Blount, you never know. 6'7" basketball player. I mean, rebound king. That's a 50-50 guy. That's a 50-50 guy. I'm calling 800 yards and 8 touchdowns for Gesicki. I'm with it. If you with it, I'm with it. If you're with it, I'm with it. But let's keep it 1,000. If he that guy, then he need to get 1,000. But that ain't gonna happen, because if it do, man, y'all better read this man up ASAP. It is what it is, man. But I'm about to get out of here. Watch a few movies with the wifey. We try to watch some movies lately. But I appreciate y'all coming out. To all the new members, thank y'all for joining TD Fans Talk family. And thank y'all who subscribe. Also, I just noticed, I don't know how this passed me. We hit 16,000 subscribers. I don't know how that just moved right past me, y'all. We hit 16,000 subscribers. That's crazy, man. I didn't even notice we hit the threshold of another 1,000. So all the new TD Fans Talk family members, welcome to the channel. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for your love and support. And thank you for being a Dolphins fan. And some of y'all ain't even Dolphin fans. Some of y'all are just football fans. So I appreciate y'all rocking with us. 16K subscribers. And matter of fact, we're at 16,300. So another 300 on top of that. So 16,314. That's beautiful, man. We on our way to 17,000 and shooting for 20,000. All right. So we're going to get there at some point this year for sure. We definitely going to hit 20K this year. No question. We might even be way past that, because this is the season we about to win the Super Bowl too. Everybody going to be flocking. All the sleep Dolphin fans going to be like, yeah, where my peeps at? And when they right over here, the home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. TD Fans Talk, y'all. Peace. I'm out. Love y'all, man. Y'all stay blessed.